Gang, today we're breaking down all of the POIs in ASHIKA Island. I think they're very cool and we'll get an idea of where the hot drop's going to be, maybe the best loot items, and some do's and don'ts for places to fight. I'm really excited that they dropped a lot of photos and little descriptions of each POI. Let's get right into it. If you are new to the channel, enjoy the content, man, hit that sub button, crush that like button. Let's get it. Alright gang, now that we've actually seen size comparisons of this map to Rebirth Island, we've seen an overhead of the map, we've seen bits and pieces, now we get an actual piece of each POI, and I think this is going to be awesome to be able to look at and visualize. So starting off for this point of interest, we got Oganiku Farms. I hope I said that right. It looks like it's going to be the top portion of the map, top left portion. We got a bunch of different farm buildings. Again, it's the Quonset huts, they look like, for agriculture. Maybe a little market area right here. It's showing you got like a comms tower, so definitely people are going to be climbing up here, sniping, stuff like that. The far northwest edge of the island features a comms tower, one of 3 towers which are easily spotted landmarks across the island, sitting on a narrow split of sand, rocks, and seawall. Further is a giant refuse pile of decaying concrete. So it looks like this is going to be a pretty solid area to fight. You know, you got broken buildings, everything. Looks like there's a little path you can go out there. Maybe there's a buy out there, a chest, something, you know, risk reward for running out there. Also we have like this north beach area that's going to be behind, so it looks like if this is the map, the beach is going to be on the back side, that's in the corner. So yeah, this would be the far end of that POI. This is an overhead of the actual POI. I like the look of all the buildings. They also have glass on the roof, so if you're flying back, you want to try to get some plays through the windows, you can definitely do that. I think that's really cool. Also for precisions, if people want to be rats, precisions can get you through that glass. So I think that's a super cool move that they're making on these buildings. A little more open if they are going to stack buildings like that, and at least they're not 2-story. This one probably is 2-story, but probably with a ladder and a railing around it. It's probably not like a whole second level. Town center. This is going to be off to the left side of the map. Let's see, we got L-shaped concrete barriers sunk into the sea floor to prevent tidal flooding. I don't really know how much water fighting. I could see like an end zone out in the water and like people are like crouching on this wall. That's probably going to happen. That'd be really neat. But for the most part, we have a bunch of really cool buildings. There's a dock right here. Again, these are kind of like on the outskirts spots. These aren't what I would consider hot spots. I think they're just going to make for some interesting fights. I like that a lot of this is glass, if not all of it, just so people can't be rats, can't camp. This building's really cool. We talked about this in the first video, how you can see through most windows, not everyone, but most of them, which is nice. I like being able to see into buildings to know what I'm taking on ahead. Especially buildings like this, it looks like you got roof access right here, which is really cool. Again, they did this a lot around Al Mazrah. Almost like solar panels and billboards, you know, so we have a little bit of that solar panel coverage right here. It looks like there's a big open area to fight around here, and then also the hilltop to combat the roof. I think that's a pretty solid angle. You could probably also jump from here to here, maybe, if you use your chute. Not sure. We'll have a jump spots video coming in 2 weeks. But yeah, no, that seems like a super cool POI. I'm excited to see more about what's going on at the town center. Gas station. Small gas station offering vehicle repairing and refueling capabilities. I never really used vehicles in Rebirth Island, helicopters, but nothing really other than that. I still think it's cool that they're adding this kind of feature where you can refuel, like fueling stations, stuff like that. You know, it is what it is. It's cool, but in the same sense, sometimes they're adding too much to these games, making them a little more complicated. I kind of like to keep it arcadey. Hey, but that's just me. Science Center. This looks like another one of those spots. It's just going to kind of be a little bit towards the outskirts. Obviously, Castle's going to be the middle of the map, so you can kind of tell this is off. And it looks like the entrance to that cave is right here, the underwater area. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. We get a better look at it. River, channel, and bridges. So yeah, here we go. So we have a little bit of town center over to our side. A couple of these small little areas. It looks like the gas station was on back over here. And then we have that tunnel that they keep previewing for the underwater. I wonder how far under the map that actually connects. But again, really cool spots. I'm getting big Rebirth Islands when I'm seeing buildings like this and like this. I'm getting those vibes. Nothing too crazy. It's not like Fortune's Keep, you know, running through the downtown area. It's not too many buildings. There's definitely a good bit of space and coverage, but not enough to where it's super rat central. I don't know why they're showing this. I guess to maybe showcase the ramp right here. And then maybe, oh, this is a gas station. It's a floating gas station. So I guess if you want to refuel a boat, you can come out here. Maybe you can fly a helicopter down and land it on this. No telling, but that's pretty neat. They got a little gas station out here. Going on to the market district and hotel. I'm not too sure. That's castle. So this is pretty close to the central of the map. This could potentially be a hot drop. Everyone likes landing on a nice rooftop. You know, you got little market areas, stuff like this. This map looks sick. This looks really cool. This kind of gives me a multiplayer map feel right here. It makes me think of that map that's on the new MW2. It's kind of like the it's like that marketplace kind of. I don't know how to explain it too well. I'm not good at explaining that kind of stuff, but cool maps for sure. I definitely think that's going to make for some interesting fights. We got the gas station on the far side. I guess they're going to scatter gas stations all over. I'm not really sure. I guess if this is the beach area, I forgot what they called it, beach club maybe. That's beach club is going to be more towards the bottom of the map. But still cool looks. I like the palm trees. I like how vibrant everything's going to be. Obviously the nice paved roads going through the middle. And then we got town hall. This is a super cool building. I like the look of this. You can get rooftop access. You got doors all over the place. Glass you can shoot out of. That's really, really cool. Stairs probably going up to the back. You can take it from this hilltop if you want to. You can rotate it out or two. That's a really cool building. I like that. Here's the beach club. So when I was mentioning, it's at the bottom of the map. We go to this picture. You can kind of see these roofs over here on the left side of this photo that kind of have that curve. That's going to be these right here, which is again located towards the bottom of the map. Definitely like this building. What is this, a pool? Let's see, it's an aquarium. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder if they're gonna actually stock the aquarium. Old school COD fans, like if you played old school COD maps, they would do stuff like this. There was a map called Zoo, there was actual animals, an aquarium. It'd be really cool if they had like some actual tanks with some fish in it. I would be a fan of that. Who knows, we'll have to see. Again though, I like this kind of stuff. This shows the creativity of COD, and I feel like in the past few years we've lost a lot of creativity with COD. We're focusing so much on realism, we forgot how fun a game becomes when you just go out, you know, creative, out of your way to be extremely creative and unique. So I like seeing buildings like that, stuff like that with that concept. Beach club and a bathhouse. It'd be cool if the bathhouse had steam coming up in it, you know, like a normal bathhouse usually does. But again, this is super cool. Lots of open area, you know, little hilltop area over here that you can kind of shoot down from. That'd probably be this area right here. And again, little tents to take cover on. You can push to the building. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Now that we're actually getting a breakdown of these buildings, I think that's going to, my perspective is changing just rapidly on this map. I think we're going to really enjoy this map, especially this picture right here. You know, we have the hills, different trees, not too many trees, not too much of a hill, not too many buildings. This is starting to shape out. This building I can see being a problem already. I'm just gonna call this. So if anyone watching this video right now, you've made it to this point, if people ever complain about this building, I called it first right now. This is gonna be a spot where people are gonna post up with snipers. It's gonna be in ring, and you're going to absolutely get zapped from people mounting out of the windows, calling precisions and sniping. I'm calling it right now. I never like when there's a building that's like kind of hard to get to out and whole shooting floor. It's like the radio tower on in Verdansk is at the airport, you know, the ATC tower. There's no way. Demolition site. This is pretty cool. It's like the ruins. If you remember OG Rebirth, like the old Rebirth, you had ruins like this. They were always fun to fight through the ruins. Just makes for some quick gunfights, up close and personal. SMGs, shotguns, just let everything dump. I like that. Suzuki Castle. It's going to be the middle of the map. It's definitely a great big building. Okay, we have some zip lines here to get up on these hills. I like that. I like all the little huts around, and they're small, you know, so it's like even if someone's camping in that, it's not going to be a pain to absolutely go in there and fry somebody. You're not having to peek every corner. It's very simple. This building, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how open it is. I see a couple windows open around, you know. We got, let's see, 1, 2, I would assume 3 and 4 right here, 5, 6 probably right here, and then maybe one of these top windows is open on the far side. It's probably going to be the main point of interest for a little while, but people are going to settle in to their own. But this view of the city, This looks like something out of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Look, if you've seen that show, you know how goated it is, and you know what the Earth Kingdom looks like, the Earth City. That's what this vibe right here gives me. This is some Avatar: The Last Airbender shit. This is it for sure. Got the courtyard in the middle. There's going to be a ton of good fights in this area. I'm with this. Like, the map design so far is blowing me away. At first I was like, this isn't it. But this is nice right here. It's not overcrowded. They always seem to overcrowd a map. This map doesn't seem overcrowded. Got a big building we can shoot off of over here towards this area as well. You can probably combat, you know, this roof to this roof. And then you get this open area with the artillery. That's really, really cool. I'm loving everything about this. Old structures through the edge. Again, it's just more open area, more lush area. I'm liking how green everything is. You know, I'm kind of tired of looking at the sand all the time. I'm keep it real. I like the green grass. I like that there's not too many trees. I like the cherry blossoms to add that extra bit of vibrancy, the extra bit of color. I like how many options you have for all these buildings. You can climb this dumpster to get into this window. That's really, really cool. That's stuff you're going to want to focus on. That's the key to these new maps, is learning little jump spots like that. But I can tell you right now, that's a play. If someone's came into this building, you can come right around back, boop, boop, back in, fry somebody out. Again, back to the colors. We got more cherry blossoms, you know, the petals on the floor and everything. Nice lighting. This is really, really shaping out. This is what I've been really curious about. I guess this is the only photo we're gonna get of this underwater area. We saw a glimpse of this from the outside earlier, with the canal, river canal, and channel and bridges. I'm not sure how far this is gonna go. It looks like there's an opening up here, so you can go up these stairs, come across here. There's an opening with the red lights. Maybe it leads into a building. There's no telling. But I really want to know how big the canal system is going to be underground. But I guess we're going to have to wait until the map actually releases to see that. On the southern edge is dominated by rocks. It's going to be towards the outside of that at Port ASHIKA. I like the idea of a port. Ports are pretty cool. You know, it's cool when it makes a different fight. But these are the areas typically I try to stay away from, because I don't like these big warehouse buildings. I've never really been a fan of these big warehouse buildings. Lots of rats. They like to sit up on the upper rails in these buildings, and it's kind of hard to hit your shots through that because you can't shoot through the floor. And whenever someone's shooting over a rail, if you're not lasering foreheads, if you have a hard time, it's hard to hit your shots through rail because you always seem to hit the rail and not the person. It is what it is. But hey, I'm not complaining, man. Everything else looks good. I'm gonna put an X on this. I'm gonna forget about this, but everything else, man, it's looking really, really good. Here's another look at those warehouse buildings. You can literally see right here, it looks like a staircase going up to the second floor. Yeah, there's a window here. So these are gonna be second stories. Maybe they're gonna be little box rooms on each side. You know, it is what it is. If that's my only complaint for this whole map, then it's definitely gonna be a dub in my opinion. Here's another look at, you know, going into the underwater cave system here, and here. Man, I am blown away by the lay of the land right here. All these different hills, the rocks, the trees. It's not too much and not too little. I mean, it's just the right amount. Got nice cliffs here. It looks like there's a path you can take all the way up right here. I like that. I hate having to traverse and climb rocks, so it's nice that they're actually cutting paths. In the event that you do have to traverse, though, it looks like this is pretty easily climbable throughout the edges. Like right here, you could definitely climb that. You could probably scale that. I'm not too sure, but definitely like your options here for sure. With the castle in the background, that looks sick. Going down to residential, so I guess this is where there's just gonna be houses and homes on stilts. If you live close to water, and if you know what it's like living on the coast, you see houses on the coast, they're on stilts. So I like that little detail that they put there, the big stilts up on the house. This building looks pretty crazy. What is that? Hotel, apartment. You got a zip line going up. There's one on the other side, so you can kind of see a little piece of it right there. So you can probably jump from building to building. Open areas on the balconies. I'm with that. That's really cool. You could probably manage a jump from balcony to balcony. That'd be pretty crazy. But maybe if you were to jump from here to the vent, you can get up to here and go from there. I like being able to see maybe where you can parkour on these maps, and it looks like you have some good options. You could definitely jump from boxes to truck to here, maybe from here up. That'd be a pretty crazy jump, but if you can manage to pull that jump off, get into windows, I'm liking this. They're giving us options to get these done. And if there are people camping on this building and you need the angle, you can't take the zip. You got the rocks right here, man. Shaping out. This looks like the power plant. Okay, power plant. So this looks a little more central to the map. If this is going to be one of those comms towers back here where the farm is, yeah, you can definitely tell this is that farm area. I'm not too sure. I would assume there's more of a mountain vibe behind this to combat it, but again, big factory buildings like that, I try to stay away from. This is a water treatment facility. It looks like this is open as well. Maybe all of these canals are going to connect water under the map. You could probably take a boat from one side of the map to the other, completely under the map, which I think is pretty cool. More houses, more slums, a little more open area. Shipwreck. What's unique about Shipwreck, this actually has shipment on it. This is shipment, if you did not know. I think that's really cool. Jake made a video where he scaled the size of this map based on shipment. So he was able to scale how large a shipping container was, measure a distance on the actual map of shipment, and then scale the size to give us the actual size compared to Rebirth Island, which is really cool. It's super ingenious of him to do that. But again, I love seeing old maps within a Warzone map, but not overdone. I don't like seeing too many. That I think that's where it gets overplayed, but they have a few new concepts to it. You can run through this tilted shipping container to get on top of the containers easier. I think, you know, final zones that close here are going to be awesome because everybody knows shipment. Everyone knows how it plays. The little boxes you got. They even got the split in the containers right here. That's pretty neat. So I'm super excited to get onto that. Looks like more blown up buildings, war-torn type buildings. I like these a lot because people camp them, but you can call precisions on them and it spooks them to the first floor, which is awesome. So you can get in there and absolutely fry out. Another gas station. And that looks like it. Gang, look, if you're new to the channel, enjoy the content, man. Hit that sub button, crush that like button for the hype of the new map, and I will see you when the new map drops. Catch y'all tomorrow for another banger. Let's get it.